Thank you for your purchase of the PAM Fastening P13 autofeed screw gun system. The following video is a supplement to the enclosed printed manual and will review basic settings, operation, and assembly disassembly of the tool. Please refer to the enclosed manual for additional information or contact us at 800-699-2674. The P13 series is the world's most versatile autofeed screw gun tool for driving collated screws. These tools accommodate screws from 1 to 3 inches in length and from number 6 to number 12 diameters, and can handle various tasks such as drywall, subfloor, underlayment, decking, and roofing tile installation. Inside the case, you will find a complete assembly consisting of a screw gun, an extension, and an autofeed attachment. Additionally, you may find a short adapter and a short bit holder if you have purchased a P13 KDE. If you have purchased a P13 KDE, these two items are not included in a P13 KDE kit. Additionally, you will also find an adjustment tool, an extra bit, an adjustment sheet, your operator's manual, and the screw gun motor manufacturer's warranty card. Remove the tool from the case. Once you remove the tool, position the handle to comfortably work with the tool whether you're left-handed or right-handed. Screw size adjustment is easily made using a 3mm Allen wrench, which is supplied with the P13 autofeed screw system. Loosen the screws on both sides of the nose and slide the nose to the appropriate setting. Once the desired setting is reached, tighten both screws. If the nose piece is adjusted to a shorter length than the screw will strike the work surface first, causing the screw to go off into a sideways direction. To load the screw strips into the tool, remove the screw strip from the box. With either end of the strip, run the strip up through the belt guide, which is the metal piece attached to the base of the tool. Once you've inserted it into the belt guide, then glide the edge of the screw strip into the groove in the gliding piece, which is closest to the nose piece of the tool. The screw strips are installed correctly when the first screw on the strip is actually positioned one under the nose piece position on the tool. Once the screw strip is inserted into the belt guide and head assembly, use the black wheel to gently tighten the belt screw strip. Do not over-tighten, as this will cause feeding problems. It's important that the proper tension on the screw belt be set so that the screws do not loosely fall through the belt guide, nor do they hold the belt of screws too tightly, as this will create a push-pull relationship, making feeding difficult. If the screw strips have not been tensioned, as you place the tool into a vertical position, the strip will simply slide through the base of the belt guide and fall into the surface below. To turn the tool on, press the trigger. While the trigger is depressed, engage the trigger lock. The trigger lock is located on the side of the screw gun handle. It is advisable to operate the tool with the trigger lock engaged. The countersink adjustment can be made with a simple turn of the countersink control ring, which is located at the end of the extension pole. Use the large ring to adjust the countersink depth by turning the ring to the left for increased depth and to the right for decreased depth. Make sure that you have adjusted the nose piece for the proper screw length before adjusting the countersink control. Varying the degree of countersink will allow for the head of the screw to either be left higher or lower as desired. To remove the screw strip from the tool, simply grasp the tape on the opposite end of the belt guide and pull completely through the gliding piece assembly. Replacing the bit on the P13 autofeed screw system is a toolless process that takes only seconds to perform. Unscrew the wing nut on the side of the head assembly. Remove the head assembly from the shaft to reveal the bit. The entire head slides off. Pull the collar at the end of the inner rod down. Then the bit can be pulled out. Reverse the procedure to insert a new bit. The collar locks the bit in place. Operating the tool in reverse is one of the most common problems associated with the gun. To ensure that the tool is not in reverse, examine the switch underneath the motor by the trigger position. When the tool is operated in forward, Screws will install quickly and easily. When the tool is operated in reverse, screws will be very difficult, if not impossible, to install. The reverse switch on the screw gun motor is located under the motor body. First, unscrew the wing nut that holds the attachment onto the extension pole. Remove the bit. Unscrew the black handle to loosen the handle assembly. Using a 3mm Allen wrench, unscrew the hex screws to loosen the extension pole from the screw gun. Pull the extension pole off of the screw gun by turning and pulling at the same time. Take note that it is not designed to pull off easily and may require some substantial force. Pull the inner rod out of the end of the screw gun. To assemble the shortened version of the tool, install the short bit holder onto the end of the screw gun, then slide the countersink adapter over the bit holder until it seats onto the end of the screw gun motor. To reattach the extension pole, reinsert the long bit holder into the end of the screw gun motor. Place the outer pole over the long bit holder and press onto the end of the screw gun until it seats into the end of the motor. Reinstall the bit and reattach the attachment with the wing nut until secured. To take the attachment apart to replace internal components, hold the end of the nose piece with one hand while removing the roller screw, which is inside the attachment. Use the provided adjustment tool to do this. To remove the feeding ratchet wheel, use the included adjustment tool to press the pin which holds the wheel in place out of the gliding piece. Once the screw is completely removed, the complete magazine will be able to be removed from the tool. To remove the nose piece, remove the two screws which hold the nose piece onto the gliding piece assembly and slide it off. To reassemble the attachment, place the feeding ratchet into the gliding piece. Secure the feeding ratchet by inserting the pin until it is seated. Then, place the retainer and spring together as an assembly and slide into the rear of the gliding piece. Slide the gliding piece assembly into the housing and align the hole for the roller screw with the window on the housing. Reinstall the roller screw while holding the assembly in position and secure the roller screw until seated. To reattach the extension pole, insert the long bit holder into the end of the screw gun motor. Place the outer pole over the long bit holder and press onto the end of the screw gun until it seats. Then, tighten the two screws on the pole. Reinstall the side handle. Finally, reinstall the bit and reattach the attachment with the wing nut until secured. For more information, product updates, and our complete offering of available collated screws, visit www.pamfast.com.